Welcome back. Chills, body aches, fever. You or someone you know has had some of those symptoms recently. Well, you know full well that flu season is underway, and experts are expecting a rough year for the flu. So the question is, what the heck can you do to prevent the spread? Joining us live via satellite is Dr. Charles Gerbo with ideas to do just that. How are you, sir?
Oh, fine.
So explain it for me, because I've been so confused between the flu and the cold. What's the difference between the two?
Well, the cold is much milder. Usually you just get a stuffy, plugged nose, a runny nose, maybe a mild fever and cough. But the flu is a lot more serious. You're going to get a higher fever, going to get a much more severe cough, and you're going to be fatigued more, and you're going to get muscle and joint pains with the flu. And the flu can actually be life-threatening, particularly for young children and the elderly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that you don't necessarily want to tough out like you commonly do, perhaps with a cold. So what are you expecting for this flu season? Going to be better or worse than last year?
Well, it could be worse. Based on the flu season in Australia, which has just gone through it, they've had the worst season ever, having had more cases of influenza than ever before. So we could have a bad flu season this year, but it's always unpredictable. We're just getting at the start of the flu season, so could go either way.
And that explains, the inverse seasons down there. They're just coming into summer. We're just leaving summer, so they've already had their flu season. That's how you're able to come to that conclusion. So how are these viruses transmitted in the first place?
Well, influenza virus can be transmitted by you coughing and inhaling it, but the cold virus and the flu, too, can be transmitted by your hands touching surfaces which somebody else coughed, sneezed on, or touched the surface and put the virus there. You get it on your fingers, and then you bring your fingers to your eyes, nose, or mouth, and you effectively infect yourself without realizing. And you're bringing your fingers to your face about 3 or 4 times every several minutes. So it gets to be really important to watch how often you keep your hands clean and hygienic.
Absolutely, and you don't even have to shake the hand of the person as long as you're touching something that they may have touched or sneezed on. You're doomed there. So the question is then, how do you combat the spread of the germs other than live in a plastic suit?
Well, you practice good hand washing as much as you can and use hand sanitizers like Germ-Free 24. Hand sanitizers seem to break that chain of flu and cold viruses moving around offices and in the home, and you can use it anywhere. So that's why I tend to recommend bringing a hand sanitizer with you all the time for that reason.
Absolutely. What do you do in particular to avoid getting sick or getting other people sick? I mean, I know the sneeze and the small of the arm situation, that's probably a good idea. Anything else we should be doing?
Yeah, I do bring a hand sanitizer with me everywhere, and I think it's a good idea in the home to maybe use paper towels after you wash your hands so you don't contaminate the cloth towels that other people may be using, because you can move viruses back and forth on cloth towels in the home. So maybe switching over to a paper towel to dry your hands is not a bad idea.
Probably not a bad idea. Every time I end up talking about germs, I see pathogens everywhere, and I'm thinking of that bowl of candy that those kids had their hands in. And now I know every single one of those wrappers has probably got some germs on it. I don't know what to do. Before we go, let's just wrap this up really quick with a myth-busting moment. Can the flu shot give you the flu?
No, it can't. It can protect you from the flu, but it won't give you the flu.
There it is. See, he's a doctor. Trust him. Stop going to Google and hearing from that person on the other thing. You're very smart. Doctor, it's great having you, my friend. Pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, stop the flu from getting to you. Great products to help you, by the way, stay clean. ZunoUSA.com, great place to go. Zuno USA, proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.